Welcome. Good to see you here at the Rewrite. Only one player? Great. I don't like it when it gets crowded in here. Are you new to the Rewrite? Very good. It is always nice to be face to face with veteran quizzers. As you no doubt know, these are your buzzers. Before you go, please be aware that this is a non-profit fan project in no way associated with Jackbox Games. And now, please enjoy the Rewrite. Perhaps we will meet at the bottom.
It's time for the show where hot culture and pop culture collide. And presenting your host, the zealous zest of New Zealand, Kenny Oscars.
So, afraid of death, huh? No worries, you won't die in this show, not unless you drop down that elevator shaft. Actually, you know what? Even if you drop down that elevator shaft, somehow, look, I'm telling you, the Rewrite is a death-free zone. It's certainly not a debt-free zone though, so don't go out making any major financial decisions until we're done here, okay? Cool. Don't eat or touch anything you don't know, it just might kill you. Alright, let's go. Hit your buzzer at the right time. Whoa there, don't spend that all on one question, will ya? Why so serial? Please keep your hands and feet inside the Rewrite at all times. Get ready for takeoff. Which of these serial killers can still technically take you out because they're still alive? The dating game killer, the grim sleep. David Berkowitz pleaded guilty to 7 attempted murders that he committed in the 1970s, and unlike the other 3 names, the infamous son of Sam is still alive and serving his sentence in a maximum security prison as of 2025. And don't go telling me that true crime podcasts aren't an educational way to spend your time, okay? Knowing how to dissolve a human body in a bathtub is valuable information. Buzz in for a value when no one gets it. Oh my goodness, our writing staff could only dream of such earnings. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Things that are funny when they're dropped on your head. Alright, no time to waste. If your Anvil Bone was replaced with a full-size metal anvil, what body part would... Well, at least someone's got their head screwed on correctly. Your Anvil Bone is located in your ear. Unfortunately though, it doesn't make a metallic donk sound when you hit it, which I suppose is one of nature's biggest blunders. So many values to... Say hello to the next question. Do not ingest this question. Now, we would never encourage you to do this, but let's say you wanted to off an enemy with a dose of cyanide. Because it has a similar taste to the poison cyanide, which item should you hide your poison in and feed to your victims so they don't suspect anything? A box of Kleenex, a bar of soap, a bottle of lighter fluid, or an almond joy? Cyanide is said to smell like almonds, but it tastes very caustic and burns like lye, a common ingredient in soap making. Though, if your grand murder plan involves making your unsuspecting victim voluntarily eat a bar of soap, then I suspect you're hardly smart enough to evade the cops for long anyway. Money, am I right? Saying the rude hand-swarm donkey feet? Okay, well if that isn't a load of... Yeah, gibberish. Oh well, at least I didn't have to introduce it by gleefully saying the phrase flicker piss nose cum. And here's what the category for this gibberish question is actually called. Royal decrees inspired by mental illness. And this isn't the question to dawdle on. That cash value will only ever be going down, so try to buzz in as soon as you know it. Now tell me what famous literary line rhymes with this. Dumb King Rick Bit, kiss gay drums. It's a Shakespearean quote. That's also a Ray Bradbury novel. Something wicked's coming. What could it be? Killer bees? A hungry pride of lions? Pollsters for the Libertarian Party? What? For the love of God, what's coming? This is the part of the game where you pick a value and get yourself acquainted with. Actually, things that might not kill you. Here comes some trivia to relax/scratch your head to. Which of these deadly sounding mushrooms is just a big fat poser? Satan's Bolete, Death Cap, Deadly Dappling, or Devil's Fingers? All of these other mushrooms have been attributed to at least one death, but Devil's Fingers have not. You still wouldn't want to eat one because of their unpleasant smell and texture. Are we sure they're not called Arby's fingers? Choose wisely. The value of... Here comes an interesting title to complement the relatively uninteresting cash value. You're gonna need a bigger budget. It's analogy time, and I'll bet you thought you were done with those once you finished your SATs. Alright, buzz in and type in your answer when you know it. Jaws is to shark as what Blades is to... The 1989 trauma horror comedy Blades is a takeoff of Jaws. Instead of a killer shark, Blades is about a giant killer lawnmower that comes to life and terrorizes golfers on a golf course. And this goes without saying, it swept the Oscars. Get yourself a value to play for. Or don't. Here's the question. Slay it again, Sam. Man, all this talk about killing and death is really bumming me out. How about we go to the movies? It's the only place where crowds of people can enjoy a bounty of horrific, massive deaths completely guilt-free. Which of the following film series has taken the most on-screen human lives? The first 5 Friday the 13th movies, the first 5 Indiana Jones movies, the first 5 Purge movies, or the first 5 Rambo movies? The first 5 Purge films racked up 476 deaths, the highest body count of any 5-quill in this group. What we really need is a purge of the suit-wearing, money-grubbing executive Hollywood hacks who seriously think the world needs to be subjected to more of these god-awful Purge movies. Hit the buzzer, get the moolah, yada yada, let's do this already.
I wanna swim among the fish, but then they spot the shark. S-H-A-R-K, 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 it's gonna leave a mark.
Welcome to Shark. When the first letter of the right answer lights up, buzz in to win some moolah. And if you collect all 5 letters, I'll send the bonus your way. Time to put the go in bingo, let's do this thing. Tiny oceanic crustaceans that sharks eat a lot of. Sounds like a krill issue. Blank ventilation is how sharks breathe. Ram ventilation. Big winged fish, the great devil blank. Ray. Where the NHL Sharks play their home games. San Jose. Bullhead shark species with spines on its dorsal fins. Sharks with T-shaped heads. Hammerhead. Island town where the first Jaws movie takes place. Amity Island. Shark! That bonus is yours, baby. Well, getting first place is a lot easier when you have 0 competition. Those values don't buzz themselves. Give me something, will ya? We in the biz like to call this one... Don't go climate changing to try and please me. If there's one thing that might kill us all, it's unchecked, rapidly evolving climate change. Sorry if I said that on your birthday or anything. Say you wanted to watch the movie The Day After Tomorrow, but you wanted to cut down. Overmorrow is an archaic English word that means the day after tomorrow. Great, you've just saved 2 seconds on reading the title. Now you've just got to cut 49 more minutes of shoddy special effects and horribly written dialogue out of the thing, and then it actually becomes kinda watchable. Hit the buzzer, get the moolah, yada yada, let's do this already. Okay, I didn't realize we were playing for the unemployment benefit. What's the category? How can it be my final destination if it never ends? Oh yes, we got another Final Destination movie before we got Grand Theft Auto 6. Fasten your seatbelts. Suppose the Final Destination movie, yeah right, reveals Death to be a famous cartoonist. Considering how characters generally die in the series, which cartoonist would... Characters in the Final Destination films usually die via an elaborate and statistically improbable chain reaction of events, much like the elaborate machines for daily chores drawn by Rube Goldberg. Mock the Final Destination movies all you want, but don't tell me they're not the exact reason you won't drive directly behind a logging truck. Money, am I right? Any last words? Now's the time to speak up. Here's your clue. Die laughing. We're talking about comedians and their specials. See you on the other side. Here comes your final score. Drum roll, please. Nicely done. You've earned a single clap. One for everybody that saw your score.